Okay. I have to just wait now because I messed that up. And I have a mess back here. I was going to have it so you could see me from behind, and it's not happening. So, yeah. Oh, okay. So Luann, hi Luann. I messed up the live on my phone. I don't know. I couldn't figure out how to do it. So hopefully everybody will come here and see that video. I don't know what to do. We'll just have to wait and see. Hopefully they'll figure that out to come over here for this video this way. So I'm doing it on my computer. Hi, the Bumblebee Farmhouse. I always forget your first name. What is your first name? Oh, okay, awesome that you got a notice. So hopefully other people will find it. And we'll wait for everybody to jump in before I start anything. So how everybody's week going? Again, yeah, that's a mess back there because I wasn't planning on filming from this angle. Anyway, and I'm in my pajamas. What are you doing with your pajamas? Oh, I'll be right back. I gotta go get my drink. I have my Winnie the Pooh pajamas on, and yeah. So my computer is positioned. What a mess. Oh well. Let me sit over here and so you can't see that mess behind me. We'll just pretend it's not there now, won't we? So I haven't done a live in a really long time. Hi Angie. Hi Willa. Hi Just Judy. Yeah. All right, so the littles just left here just a little bit ago, and they were here for like 3.5 hours, and I had to take a shower and get ready and do this. So I'm here now. What did I do today? I ate pretty good today. I had a smoothie this morning, a protein smoothie. My son and I are doing this thing. It's called Soylent. I'm not sure how I feel about it because I don't like those meal replacement things. But hi, Carolyn. Hi, Jaxie. Thanks, Luann. Cute jummies. These are old. I really should get rid of them, but I like them anyway. If I can find a replacement, I'll do that. So, yeah. Again, I haven't done this in so long, so I don't know what I'm doing, and I look really red in the face. I'm not. I don't know. I feel like I need to go clean up that mess over there. And I fell. I know somebody's going to say something. That looks really bad. Looks worse on camera. I fell, tripped over the carpet and fell, hurt my finger, and got a little bruise on my arm. I bruise really easily, so I'm fine. Anyway, so Willa says it's been a good week. The weather is great. Yeah, the pool is cool now when you get into it, and it was really nice today. It wasn't hot at all. Is my meal replacement working for me? I don't know. Well, I lost 8 pounds, but I gained back 2 pounds. But I'm pretty sure all of that is gluten because I have not had any gluten for 2 weeks. So I started my self-care before the 1st of September. I started going to the chiropractor and started an exercise routine. And I don't remember if I stopped eating gluten before the 1st of September or not. I'm reading people's comments. Yes, that was an ouch, but I'm fine now. So I'm going to continue to do that. I do like the meal replacement like once or twice a day. I don't feel like I'm getting enough protein, so it's a plant-based protein. Again, they have like some pre-made shakes, and those are kind of giving me a headache. And son introduced them to me, and he actually knows the people who make it because of living in San Francisco. It's a long story. Anyway, he met them, blah, blah, blah. And they both had a startup company. And so, they got to know each other anyway. So he's lost weight doing that before, so he wants to do it again. But something was giving me the headache in the pre-made shakes. So I stopped drinking those and just drank the powder. We'll see how it goes. Again, I'm not really crazy about this meal replacement kind of thing, but I have been eating healthy since then. So when I do eat. So, okay. So, hi, Rosalind. Hi, Sanity. Hi, Leanna. So I wanted to thank everyone for your wonderful comments on my, what video was that? Oh, the video of the dining room when I did the fall decor. Everyone was saying you seem happier, you seem chipper, you seem in a better place and all that. Well, I am. And it's not just due to hubby retiring. Well, kind of, sort of, it is. I've been stressed out this year because there was this, that, and the other thing to do before, and Luann knows this, we talk, to do before, get all our ducks in a row before he could retire. And that was stressing myself out. So that's why I think was it in February? I took a month off, and then in July, I took a month off because I just needed to do things. I think in July, no, or February. One of those, we reduced our bills by $500 a month. I got new car insurance and a bunch of other things and reduced that by $500 a month. So we'd be spending less money. And then the last thing to get done was to get health insurance. And I'm a procrastinator, and I don't like calling people on the phone, but I finally got that done. So my chipperness is due to less stress now, which is due to hubby not working because we got all our ducks in a row. So there's that. So, hi, Simply Freedom. Hi, Sharon. Yes, yes, Lan. It is tough prep. If I would just do the things, and it wouldn't have took so long. We still have some things to do. We want to do a living trust, put our son's name on some of this, our things. We're going to pay off the house because at this point, to make house payments, it's going to come right out of the savings account anyway. So we might as well just go ahead and pay it off because there's no more money coming in. So, we have savings and all like that. So we're just going to go ahead and pay the house off. We only mortgaged this house for 15 years instead of 30 because we already had 16 years in our previous house. We didn't want to do another 30. And we knew this time was coming. So we actually only have 4 years left. I think we did the calculations. And if we go ahead and pay that off now, we will save actually like $5,000 if we do that now. So you do too. Luann, what else is it that we want to do? Hubby wants to get a safe deposit box, and I don't know, I think that's it. Just the living trust, pay off the house, safe deposit box, and get our paperwork all in order in case something happens and son has to help us, and he'll know what to do. Anyway, so did you reduce your stress this week? Let me know in the comments here what you did. Thanks. Thank you. Yes, congrats on the retirement. It's been a long time coming, Laura. Yeah, kind of wanted to do a couple years ago. Just didn't happen. So, I'm going to be 59 this month, and hubby is going to be 60 in October. So a little early retirement. I don't know what age do people retire these days? We were trying to get to 58. Hubby retired at 58. That didn't happen. 2 years late. You worked out 5 times this week. Okay, so that's what I want to talk about. I got some show notes here. So exercise. I want to talk about exercise. So what kind of exercise you did this week? Laura did 5 times. Kudos to you. That's amazing. So I realized that I cannot exercise every day just yet. So leading up to this month, I was riding the bike. I don't know if I had started my exercise routine in the pool or not. I did. The week before September 1st, I started exercising in the pool and riding my bike. And then come this week, this past week, I realized doing exercise every day is not going to happen because otherwise my house ain't going to get clean. So I'm doing it every other day. And I actually, Wednesday, I rode my bike less miles than I was doing before. I was overdoing it with Son was coming with me and I was doing like 10 or 12 miles. So I did 7 miles on Wednesday and then went in the pool and did not as many laps and used my weights. And you guys really should get some weights. It's important when you're over the age of 40, never mind over the age of 50. 3 staircases. Yeah. I have been going up and down the stairs. Could have talked about that in another video that in my self-care video, that going up the stairs at the water park was killing me. So I want to go up and down the stairs. So Son wants to take us to the water park again. So hubby can go this time. So that's what I'm doing. Just going to exercise 3 times a week so I can get my chores done, because cleaning your house is self-care. I've talked about that before. When you get your house all cleaned, this mess here, we're going to ignore it. I didn't know the camera was going to be angled on it. Anyway, so like that's any better. Anyway, I don't even remember what I was going to say. So, when your house is clean, I don't know about you, but my brain just relaxes when my house is clean. So I'm a messy person. So the mess is not, well, except for in the crack room. It's going to be in a video series coming soon. So we'll do that. Yeah, we need balance for sure. Cleaning your house is cardio. Yep. Getting up and down on the ladder to take the curtains down and then putting them back up. That was cardio when I did that in that video. So number 3 on here, I have changed the way you do something. And I talked about that in a video, which I did. I'm changing the way I'm exercising because less is more when you're over 50, I think. And I talked about no more, no pain, no gain. So lifting weights, so it's hurting. Oh, I stopped going over my shoulder because my shoulder was still hurting. So I'm doing more gentle exercises and that kind of thing. So, but I talked about in the cleaning video, I think, was keep doing something again and again and expecting different results. You know that saying. Keep trying to do the same thing over and over, expecting different results. If it ain't working, stop. Do something different. So I'm trying to keep that in mind when I do things, which is why I need to revamp my cleaning routine to do something different, because my one and done cleaning routine was the daily cleaning, the weekly cleaning, and the zone cleaning. Well, I don't know. I consider that zone cleaning, all of those. But, zone cleaning extras like deep cleaning all in one day. Yeah, like I do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, the 3 zone that I divided my house up into. Yeah, so that's not working. So I need to do that differently. And again, back to you guys were saying that I seem chipper and stuff because I thrive on change. So it was time for a change, for definitely, for sure. So of the self-care and hubby being home is going to be a nice change. Definitely having our son here now for the past year has thrown us for a loop. So Hopefully he will leave soon. We'll see what happens. I'm not pushing him out the door. He can stay as long as he wants. But anyway, that will be in it. So the next change that I made was healthy eating. How did you guys do this week on your healthy eating? Did you do good? I'm not keeping track. I'm not going to worry about keeping track this month. I'm just knowing in my head I want to eat healthier. So I've been posting some of the things I've been eating on Instagram. If you want to follow me at my Everyday Life on Instagram, you can do that and see what I have been up to on Instagram. I've been posting when I do workouts and bike rides and what I'm eating. Like I had a bowl of cottage cheese and I cut up cucumbers. Usually I have cottage cheese and pineapple, but one day I'm like, I want to have cucumbers and tomatoes and peppers. And I cut those all up and put them in there with salt and pepper, and it was super yummy. I've had that a couple of times. Greek yogurt. Yes, I love Greek yogurt. I probably should be dairy-free, but I'm not. That maybe will come eventually. I'm just worrying about being gluten-free for right now. So what did I say? I lost 8 pounds and I gained back 2. Who knows why? I'm guaranteeing you that was all gluten, not due to the protein shakes that I'm drinking. And I'm going to reduce my coffee. Not completely, but then I added up the calories and I actually measured the creamer that I put in my coffee, and it only ended up being 70 calories. That's not a lot, I feel like. So, thanks. Yeah, not that much. There's a lot more weight to go. So, water. How are you guys doing on drinking water? I was doing really good until a couple days ago, and I started to slack off. But today, I started back up again. Or yesterday, I started back up again, drinking more. So I filled up my bubble mug with water, put it beside the pool when I go in the pool, and use my weights and do some laps in the pool. I'm really bad about drinking water, and so I said something to yes. So about I feel like I'm thinking better, and I'm like, I wonder if that's because I'm getting more oxygen to my brain. My day is going better. I'm able to think more clearly, and I don't know. Probably since I'm exercising and getting more oxygen to my brain, and there's that. What do you guys think? Drinking water now. Yep. Okay, so I don't remember who it was. I only got one question I asked on the community page if there was any questions, because I did have these few things that I wanted to talk about, but I'll go ahead and put in the one question. Somebody had asked me, Angela, was it you? I don't think so. I'm not sure who asked the question, but they asked, what do I do for sugar replacement? Do I use an artificial, I don't remember how she phrased it, but she wanted to know if I use an artificial sweetener. No, that's a no, because it gives me a headache. That's why I said when I was drinking the Soylent already, it was like there was like cafe latte, cafe mocha, and a cafe chai. It was like drinking coffee in the morning, but it was protein smoothie. I could taste that there was some artificial sweetener in there, but I couldn't read it in the ingredients. It must have been hidden in there some way, and I was getting headaches. So yeah, I cannot have NutraSweet. It'll give me a headache, but all that's a good thing because I don't think that stuff is good for you. But a girl has to have some chocolate. If you've watched my videos, beside beside of the bed and his bedside table, there's a drawer of chocolates, and I go in there sometimes and get them every once in a while. But he does put out 2 chocolates at night beside my bedside table, and then sometimes I'll get 1 or 2. But having them in there, knowing he's monitoring, yeah. is a good thing. So I do still have some chocolate, but not like a ton. However, what day was it? Like Thursday, I want to say. I was craving ice cream and I was going to make mango ice cream. I make mango ice cream with mangoes, frozen mangoes, a banana for the sweetness. You don't need sugar if you use a frozen banana. And Hobbies is in here with me, scratching at the, you can see him. I can't turn the camera that far. Anyway, he's scratching at the something. Anyway, so, oh, look, a little bit brighter, not really. So, what did I say? Frozen mangoes, almond milk, and a banana, and you whip it up in the blender, or I have this little mini chopper thing that I use that is so good. But I didn't get up and do that, and before I know it, son ordered us some ice cream, and the next day I did not feel so good. Yes, they deliver ice cream to your door. It was kind of melted. Won't be doing that again. So there's that. Any other sugar other than fruit gives me a headache. Really? Yes, exercise is good for your brain. I'm definitely thinking more clearly, but seriously, I think the majority of that is from reduced stress because I no longer have to get my ducks in a row anymore and stressing about lowering our bills and getting the health care and all that kind of stuff. So, oh, I don't want to leave the room, but, well, I showed it on Instagram. So I meant to bring it in there, I forgot. So how much water do you, you're going to go back a bit. How much water do you guys drink a day? I know the thing is to drink, how much? 120, isn't that a gallon? I'm not doing that. I think this is 32. So at least 32, 64. How much water do you drink a day? The 64 is the max that I could probably drink. I'm not sure if this is 32. I think it is. This was from that I got back in the Walk 100 Miles Challenge days. So I brought that back out. So, one of the things that I did this week that was out of the blue is I finished a crochet project. I have so many projects that I didn't finish, and I actually felt like doing it finally. And my niece, grandniece, Gabriella, she lives in Boston with her mom and her dad, and I've only seen her once. Get pictures all the time on chat and stuff, but she's gonna be 1 at the end of this month, and I finally finished the crochet blanket for her that my sister's actually going up there for her birthday. So I'm gonna send it with her to give it to her for her birthday. Half my body weight in ounces. I feel like that's way too much. I know I've heard that, half my body weight in ounces. And to be honest, I think a gallon a day is, I don't know, I'd have to do the math what that is, but I've done it before. I'm like, that, I can't do that. I know that's a thing, but that's just way too much. And I feel like a gallon, I feel like that's way too much water. I don't know. I'd be in the bathroom all day. I'm already in the bathroom all day. So when I leave the house, I don't take the water with me because, well, just in case, but I will have to go, unless like I have to do things like as soon as I enter the store, I have to go right to the bathroom. So I make sure, it's not a problem. But, I'm in the bathroom all day long. Yeah, somebody else said, Laura said she drinks half her body weight in ounces too. Or was that you that said, oh no, and Simply Freedom said that. I went to the women's, what does that say? Fiber meeting? What? Women's fiber meeting. What is that? And decided to learn to crochet. Really, Willa? That's awesome. Learn something new. So that's great that you did. That's a great self-care thing. I wanted to learn to knit, but I don't think I have the patience for that now. I've been crocheting since I was 10. My mom taught me, and my aunt taught me how to crochet. Yeah. But a lot of times I don't finish my project. I still have Abby's blanket over here. Abby's 12. That I didn't ever finish. So, I don't know if that would be a procrastination task. I have that on my list. Has anybody completed any procrastination tasks this week? I don't think I did that unless you would consider the blanket, because I have been procrastinating doing that. That was something fun. I finally finished it. Yeah, but doing procrastination crafts or tasks and crafts will definitely help your brain relax for sure. So how about time to yourself? Has anybody had any time to yourself this week? Did you, Luann? Did you go for a drive? So since hubby has been working from home for, has it been 3 years now? The first year was awesome because I had the house to myself. I was starting to feel lonely, especially in them times when I had bouts of depression. You've been canning food. Ooh, kudos to you. They work with yarn. Oh, okay. Women's fiber. Okay, I get it. Fiber yarn. Okay. Yeah, so that first year was super nice, and he was on camera a lot that year. If y'all remember, he's kind of being shy about coming back on camera. I was hoping he would do Fix It Friday with me. We'll see if that happens. I think I need to give him a month and let him be to do whatever he wants to do before I start asking him to do stuff. So that year was great. The second year was too, but then okay, now my son is here and my husband's here, and they don't leave the house. And I don't have the house to myself ever. So when I go to Publix, go grocery shopping, I'll take a drive. There's so many houses that are going up around here. It's kind of cool to drive around and see all the houses, but kind of not. It's kind of depressing. It's crazy. No. Yes, Luann, go for a drive by yourself. Do it. Anyway, but I was going for a bike ride with son. So this week I went for a bike ride by myself. I only did bike ride once this week, I think. I might go for one tomorrow with hubby. We'll see. So that was nice to go for a bike ride by myself to clear my head. Because when son and I go, I'm talking to him and not really clearing my head. So I am trying to make some more time for myself that way. I invited my sister to maybe come over once a week and to ride bikes with me and exercise in the pool. She said yes, she would like to do that. Yeah, just making those kind of changes. So I have grounding here on my list. Really wish you guys could talk back at me here. So I feel we're just talking away like this, but yeah. So grounding. I tried doing grounding. Does anyone do that? So I took when I went to the park to ride my bike. Well, I didn't ride my bike just in the park, but I was in the park, sitting down, drinking my water, decided to take my shoes off. That was on Instagram. I showed that and I walked around, but yeah, I don't know, for about 10 minutes. And I haven't done it since then. I want to do some more of that for sure. I just have to figure out how to work it out. I did do it one day. I went out and not like a month ago. I went out and weeded in the front yard. By the way, if you're wondering, if inquiring minds want to know, I will be doing some more Fix It Friday and showing the front landscaping. It has worked out awesome. Even with all this rain, we've had tons of rain this summer, and there's barely any weeds. I've just done a little bit of weeding. So that landscaping project that we did out front helped that tremendously. So maybe I'll go out there and weed in my bare feet and do some gardening. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll try to, after this video, after the live is over, I will go ahead and put that in the description of I think it has some validity about grounding. Do you guys know which video I'm talking about? Oh, thank you, Rosalind. You're so sweet. Sometimes I go barefoot when I'm out, when I let the dog out. That video was saying for at least 15 minutes, you should walk around in your bare feet or lay on the ground. Can't do that here. That would work out great. The guy in the video, he actually took, I don't know, wire to some kind of mat and put it on his bed, and he laid on it and the grounding wire outside. So he grounded his bed and slept like that. And he had other people do it. They did a study and it helped them tremendously. I don't know. You have to watch the video. I can't explain it. But anyway, I do think it makes kind of sense. Hubby and son think I'm loony. But anyway, so there's that. They did both think I was loony about the gluten. So there's that too. I'm like, gluten? You're not allergic to that. You're making that up. I am. Go and water some plants. Yes, that's what I need to do. But I've not had to water the plants this summer because it's been raining. So that would be like a morning routine, go out and water the plants with my bare feet. I believe I've done that before. You see me in my videos, I'm barefoot all the time, but I don't think walking around barefoot inside counts. Correct me if I'm wrong. It needs to be in the grass or the dirt or something. Although hubby did say, just touch metal. That's grounding yourself. I don't know if that's the same thing, but okay. Anyway, so the last thing I have on here is get your house in order and make lists. I did not make any lists this week, but guess what? I was very productive. Yeah. I was very productive this week and got stuff done. I started doing a Sunday home refresh today. I guess I'll finish it tomorrow and I will save that video for next Sunday. I probably won't have time to post it this Sunday, so I'll do it next Sunday. And I'm still working on my cleaning routine. Get your house in order so your brain can relax and you can think more clearly. So I wanted to mention that that October 1st starts the Walk 30-Day Challenge. Who raise your hand in the comments if you are planning on joining. So I did say that I'm only exercising every other day. I mean, the challenge usually is walk every day for 30 days, whether it's to the mailbox and back, a mile and back, or 5 miles and back. That is true. But if you want to walk every other day, that's fine. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. You all know I'll probably be riding riding my bike. I'm trying to read the comments at the same time. Well, real science, you'll learn, and physics. Yeah, my husband was a physics major, so I suppose he knows what I'm talking about. Grew up on a farm and wore no shoes. We're just a new shoe family. Actually, it's quite funny. So not just me and my son and my husband, our whole entire family. When we go over to my sister's house for a get-together, or when everybody used to come here, that hasn't happened in a while. There's too many kids. 19-something kids now. My sister has 19 grandchildren. I have 0. I don't think I'm going to have any, but she shares hers with me. Anyway, the point is whenever we would go over to my parents' house, when the kids were younger, and my house, my sister's house, at the front door, there was like 20, 30 pairs of shoes. The second people walked in the house, they took their shoes off. Nobody required, like I didn't say, take your shoes off. My mom never said, take your shoes off. My sister never said, take your shoes off, but we all just took our shoes off. I think I have several pictures of it. It's just funny to see all the shoes laying by the front door. There was a ton of them because there's a ton of kids now. Right? My sister, is it 17, 18, or I lost count. I don't know how many grandchildren she has now. Let's see, there's 7 from the one family. 6, that's 13. 3, that's 16. And then Cassie's new baby is one. That's 17. She has 17 grandchildren. Again, I have none. Anyway, but my niece Amy, her 6 littles call me Mimi, so I feel like a grandma. They treat me like a grandma. They call me Mimi. They come over here. My sister said today, she goes, you're Grammy now, because we used to go to my mom's house to go swimming when our kids were little, every summer, and go over there at least several times a week. So, hi Mary, how are you doing? Oh no, Dorothy, you have COVID. I'm so sorry. I don't know anyone who has had COVID. Nobody in our family has yet had it. Oh, darling, feel better. I hope you feel better. Anyway, that's it. I'm done. So, did you raise your hand in the comments? I don't see anybody raising their hand that's going to join the Walk 30-Day Challenge. Are you going to do that? I do like the Walk 30-Day Challenge for sure, better than when I used to do. Who remembers the Walk 100 Miles Challenge? That lasted 3 months. I ain't got time for that. I could probably do it my own self, but to keep up with YouTube and Instagram and everything like that, to encourage everybody for 3 whole months, I don't have time. I'm sorry, that sounds mean, but that's a lot of commitment. That's a lot of commitment. Anyway, hand up. Yay, we're going to do the Walk 30 Days Challenge. Okay. I'm crossing my fingers it's not too hot. But again, I will be riding my bike and then walk for 1 mile, maybe do the grounding thing for the 1 mile walk around the park. They are revamping the park across the street and doing a whole new playground, so it's kind of off limits right now. You can go through it, like the back part of the park, but the front playground part is a mess right now. In fact, my niece Amy said her brother had one of the littles, my nephew had a birthday party for one of the littles today at that park, but they got there and realized there was no park and they had to go to another park or something like that. So, hi Nancy, how are you doing? Anybody want to ask me a question? Let me know. Like I said, somebody asked me a question on the community page. Do I do any sugar sweetener substitutes? I do not do that because they give me a headache. I learned that many, many years ago that NutraSweet gives me a headache. Any artificial sweetener, but really NutraSweet gives me extreme headache, and I can just taste it and know something don't taste right in it, and I'm like, yeah, that's gonna give me a headache. And anyway, so I just have sugar if I want to have sugar. Don't deprive yourself of that. So a girl needs some chocolate. Oh, thank you, Lindsay. I'm planning on doing some more fall decorating, which reminds me, actually, I was going to do that for Tiny Tidy Tuesday this week, the front porch. But I need to finish up my Saturday, Sunday home refresh. I don't know if I have enough energy for all that. We'll see what happens. I plan on doing more simple, no spend. Although I did buy a few things at Dollar General the other day for my coffee station, but that's it. I'm not going to buy any more stuff. They just had some cute things for $1. And well, I did buy one thing that was $5. So, low carb eating style diet. Somebody, Hobby is letting, what happened? Hobby just opened the door himself. I'm not sure how that happened. He just opened the door and let himself out. I don't care for fake sugar. It makes me crave more sugar and gives me a headache. Yes, it gives me a headache too. Then, okay, what is wrong with that it gives you a headache? Meaning that stuff is bad. I've heard some really bad things about like NutraSweet from years and years ago, that it was super bad for people, and I don't know, I don't want to say because I don't remember exactly. Definitely some health problems. It gave them some health problems. I'll just say that. I don't like the stevia either. I know it's natural, Nancy, but to me, it tastes like NutraSweet. So that's just like triggering for me. I don't like the taste of it. I don't like the taste of it. No spend for me. I will go and buy fresh mums. Yes, I've done that too. And pumpkins. And then I don't have, I can just throw them away afterwards or plant the mums. So they just don't last. I just buy them for the season, and then I don't have to keep them anymore. And I was doing that on my front porch for Christmas too. I bought like a little, I don't know what kind of tree it is, a Norfolk pine. I think it's the Norfolk pine. You can get it at Home Depot, and I put it on the front porch, and then I plant it in the yard. I think I only did that once. I think I said a couple of times. I planned to do it more, but then the bottom fell out, and so that's in the backyard, and it's not growing. There is something wrong with our soil, I swear. It's sort of kind of growing, and the deer's eating and chewing on them. We decorate for fall this week, Lindsay says. It's still hot here in Alabama. I don't know. The weather seems to be nice here. I think we're going to have an early fall and maybe a cool winter this year. I feel it. My sister said that's because you have the pool. Because I'm like, it's not really been bad this summer. I says, I don't know if it's the pool or not, but it feels like it's not been bad. She goes, yes, it's the pool. But I swear, it's only like 3 weeks, like 1 week in the end of July and then 2 weeks the beginning of August. It was disgusting. The water was like hot bath water in the pool, and it was gross, but that has since subsided. It was actually cold. I had to slowly get in the pool today. The screen that we have on the pool does help cut the heat down on it some. Aw, thanks for stopping by, Leanna. I'm glad you came. You're welcome for sharing. So that's what I'm sharing. Anybody else want to share something, or do you have a question for me for about anything, about self-care, about retirement, about any tips for retirement? Because there's been a few it's only been a week. There's been just a few instances. That's all I'm going to say about that. I'm sure, because Luann has said to me that you just got to wait. It'll work itself out. It's a new thing. Getting used to, even though he's been here all the time, he's always had his face in the computer. I think he probably don't know what to do with himself. He wants to start doing something. He has tons of hobbies. He paints. He does models. He likes to game. He actually is thinking about posting some gaming stuff on YouTube. I don't know. Anyway, I said, take it slow. You figure out what you want to do. He wants to clean up the garage. He already started drawing out something that he might want to do for the garage. So hopefully I can get him to be on camera for that. Just trust and health directive. Son, well, thank you. Yep. Yep. Has anybody heard of that Soylent? I should have brought one in here. Have you heard of it? It is, I'll have to say, I was very, so it is made from soy. That's why it's a plant protein drink. So, but it has had some really good reviews, but it's made from soy. And in the past, I've heard some bad things about soy, but now I'm starting to hear it's not bad for you. Several health gurus, I can't say that word, gurus, how do you say that word, have said that it's not. However, you all know I don't have a thyroid. Soy is supposedly not good for your thyroid. So I don't know. I'm going to do some more research. Basically, what I'm doing right now is I take my thyroid pill, and then I wait at least an hour before I drink the Soylent. I read that would be okay if you're going to do that. I'll ask my doctor what she thinks. Yeah, Yeah, I'm not sure if it's agreeing with me. I did break out one day. So when I first realized that I had a gluten problem, I used to break out a lot. I used to get, uh, for lack of, I feel like it's gross to say this, but I used to get boils. I used to get boils on different spots of my body, and I've had them since I was 12. And they've had to treat them with this, that, and the other thing. I'm wondering if I had a thyroid problem back when I was 12 years old, or my autoimmune disease, Hashimoto's. That was the start of it. So, and then I recently read that I should have wrote it down. I'm going to look it up and write it down. I suspected that's what that was from, because I would not eat gluten, and then all of a sudden I'd eat gluten, and then I would break out. And yeah, so I knew that's what it was. And then I read something the other day that said, yes, it's a specific kind of boil that is caused from gluten. So anyway, I had one in my ear and on my earlobe. Was it from the soy? Was it the opposite? Because I've heard if you've been eating healthy for a while, that changes your, so I started eating healthy good 3 weeks ago. It changes your, I don't know, system, and then it's reacting, even if it's a good way. It's just your body way of reacting, getting rid of germs or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, so I don't know if it was the soy or not. I'm still being really careful. I'm not having 3 shakes a day, which I never would do. I'm having mostly just one. Yeah, that was a concern with my hubby. I'm getting a biopsy on the thyroid on the 22nd. Oh, Nancy, nodules to look at. Okay. Let us know. I hope everything goes okay with that. That's where it started with me. They found a nodule on my thyroid. Sometimes it's nothing. For me it was something, and they took out my thyroid. That was in 2012. Been cancer free ever since then. So hopefully it's nothing. A lot of times it's nothing. Well, it says my husband's been retired for 5 years, and it's okay on the warm months, but in the winter months he's underfoot. Yeah, there was been a couple of things that happened this week. He was telling me what to do. At first I started to say something. Now I'm just ignoring him because I'm guessing that I'm thinking, I've been doing it the same way all these years. You just never noticed, and all of a sudden you're saying whatever. I let it go. I'm gonna bite my tongue and just let it go. It's just him finding his way. I guess he'll figure it out. I'm just gonna be quiet. I'm gonna try to be quiet. Sometimes I have to be reminded to be quiet. Oh, you had to start new heart. Oh, goodness, Nancy. Take care of yourself, darling. This is why they're looking at. I want to tell you something. So, about gluten again, too. So, I have a thyroid scan done. Well, not thyroid because I don't have one. I have a neck scan, an ultrasound done every year to make sure the cancer is not growing back. I don't think it's happening. It's been 11 years. Yeah, something like that. So twice, it happened recently. So twice now it's happened where they found the lymph nodes were a little bit swollen. And sometimes when you're, you know what that means? Not always, but it can mean that a sign of cancer. But she did say the one that came back to her, it was not a non-cancerous something or another. So it wasn't from that. But the time before that, she was concerned and wanted me to go to, which was years ago, to get another scan. And I said to her, well, I read something that people with celiac, I don't have celiac, that I know of. I'm sure I'd be way worse. So when people with celiac eat gluten, it will enlarge their lymph nodes and act like possibly, that warns off or red flag doctors thinking that's cancer, and it's really from the gluten that is swelling and enlarging the lymph nodes. So I said, I've been eating gluten. I said, let me stay off gluten for a month and then have you retest. Sure, she did that. And the size, the length of the lymph nodes went down by half after that. So it was definitely the gluten. See what gluten does to you? I'm trying to convince hubby not to eat it. He says, I'm not allergic to gluten. I said, well, probably not. But I think if you didn't eat so much bread, I think that's gut related. And he does have some like acid reflux problems and stuff like that. I think that would help him. Anyway, basically, also, it's not eating processed foods. There's too many comments. I'm missing it all because I'm talking here. I'm definitely going to be careful about the soy and think more about that, whether I want to continue with doing the Soylent thing. Because I am eating really good otherwise. I like not having to think about the food. So just eating lunch is great. And I've been eating 3 hard-boiled eggs and watermelon. And then I do the cucumber with all the veggies on top. I've been really liking that. So having to not think about what I needed to eat as much has been kind of nice. Yes, be quiet and keep the peace. My sister taught me that when I was very young in the marriage. And she pulled me aside. She said, Shell, bite your tongue. So yeah, she reminds me still to this day, bite your tongue. Nudge me with her elbow. Rosalind, you had cancer in 2020. Was it thyroid cancer? 25 radiations. Oh, goodness, Rosalind. How are you doing now? Are you doing breast cancer? Okay. Are you doing good now? I'm sorry about that. Very well. Good. I'm glad. Taking good care of yourself. Are you feeling good these days? Oh, Nancy said, that's good to know. I often wonder about gluten. And then I've talked about this before. I hope y'all don't get sick of it, but I talked about that. So, my downfall with the gluten is they started making everything gluten-free. Well, that stuff is crap. It's processed food. It's gluten-free processed food, but it's processed food, and they put a ton of sugar in those things. So when I first started being gluten-free, I want to say I lost like 40 pounds and felt so good. That was like when I first started YouTube. Does anybody remember that? And there's something called gluten face, and you look all puffy and stuff, and I look like I had lost 50, 60 pounds, and I only lost like 40 pounds. Or I don't know. It looked way more than, anyway. So what was I going to say? So, I don't even remember now. So the thing is when people back in the day, when people stopped eating gluten, what were they doing? They were stop eating processed foods. That's the killer there. It's not just the gluten, it's the processed foods. So that's why I lost so much weight. And now I'm going to stop doing that. I just have to stop eating processed foods altogether. It's just crappy. Yeah. So that's why people were losing weight. Because I've seen that on the show. The doctors, y'all guys, remember the doctors? He goes, not everybody needs to be gluten-free. You just need to stop eating processed foods. So somebody that wasn't gluten-free, wasn't gluten intolerant, went gluten-free, and they're like, oh, I must have a gluten problem because I lost all this weight. No, it's because you're not eating processed foods. That's why. But I definitely have a gluten problem. So anyway. Oh, that's great, Rosalind. I'm glad you're doing well now. And they say that thing too, when you get your thyroid, when you have thyroid aberration, I just want to smack them. But at the time, I didn't, obviously. But now, can I go back and do that? He's like, this is the good cancer. Are you nuts? There is no good cancer. So, okay, so thyroid cancer is one of the most curable cancers. For sure, I guess that's what I'm told. But when you don't have a thyroid, ain't no fun. Your thyroid controls so many things. It controls your metabolism. It controls your body temperature. It controls a ton of things. Your brain, your mood, and to not have a thyroid it ain't been fun. But I'm still here. So there's that. I had to go to the diabetic class to learn how to eat low carb, read labels, and eat fewer ingredients in food. Yes. Just stay away from processed food. I think that's simple. Well, not simple in the way of it's easy to stay away from them. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because they're tempting. They're good. They taste yummy. I miss bread. Yeah. Because gluten-free bread sucks. So that part is hard. But to eliminate something, just processed food, it's like, oh, I can't eat that. If it's processed, I can't eat it. I feel like that's easy rather than saying, well, I can't have onions and I can't have potatoes. I can't have beans. I can't. That's a lot to think about. I can't have bread. I can't. That's a lot to think about. Just say, oh, processed foods, I can't eat that. Side effect, not dude effect. What does that mean? What was I talking about when you said that, Ginger? Side effect, not dude effect. Yep, be quiet and keep the peace. Yep. Oh, Ginger said, not been doing good. I think it might be dude effect of a new med. Good news. I'm seeing. Oh, okay. Dude effect. What does that mean? Oh, he said, oh, okay, I get it now. It's a side effect. I thought you were referring to hubby. Whatever the issue was we were having was a dude effect. Oh, all right, Ginger, take care of yourself. Hopefully everything's okay. Side effect. Yes, I've had many a side effect from my thyroid drugs and finally find one that worked for me. And it's just been crazy. Besides just dealing with the thyroid thing, so it was a whole medicine thing. They recalled the medicine one time, and I had to change my medicine. Then Armour thyroid I was taking, and it was giving me felt like shin splints. It wasn't, but it felt like it. And come to find out there was something wrong with that. They had to correct. There was a shortage of the thyroid medicine I was taking at one time, and then so I had to get on something else in the meantime. And when you change your thyroid medication to another thyroid medication, that's a whole adjustment in itself. But for the most part, I know y'all heard me say it before, but I'm going to say it again. Synthroid, which is man-made drug, I guess. Synthetic, that's the word I'm looking for. It is synthetic thyroid medication. It does not work for a lot of people. It does work for some people, I know. It does not work for a lot of people. It is only 4? Correct me if I'm wrong. It is only T4. So your thyroid makes T4, T3, T1, T2, and there's another one that starts with a C. I can't think of it off the top of my head. So 5 different kind of hormones, right? So it's only T4. So I was low in T3, and that was the problem. So then I started taking a natural desiccated thyroid medication. My current one that I take right now, there's several different brands, is called Nature Throid. Yes, it's called Nature Throid is what it's called. And literally, well, actually that happened when I was taking Armor, but then I couldn't take it anymore because I was having bad side effects from the fillers that they put in that. And so were a ton of other people. They recalled that anyway, but I already had started on Nature Throid. So literally, when I started on the natural desiccated thyroid, at the time it was Armor, it was like night and day, and hubby was like blown away because I would say things like, I feel like I have elephant legs. He's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I don't know. My legs feel really super heavy, as if I have weights on them. I can't, I feel super fatigued and tired. I remember one time being outside trying to roll up the hose, and I'm like, oh my God, I feel like I'm going to die. I couldn't even roll up the hose, and then the heat exhaustion thing, because thyroid controls your temperature, and I didn't have a thyroid, so I was having heat intolerance. Anyway, so then when I started taking Armor Thyroid, it was like night and day. It took like 4 days, and then all of a sudden I'm up and walking. He's like, oh my God, you weren't lying. That you were really having, like, yeah, I wasn't lying. Yeah, I was really having issues with that. And I've heard of other people refer that to as elephant legs. If you have elephant legs, go get your doctor to give you natural desiccated thyroid. It makes a difference with a lot of people. Yeah. Anyway, I know you've all heard me say that before, but I'm saying it for the people in the back that haven't heard it. So you aren't working on drinking more water. I mean, Michelle, have you tried any ancient grains? I think there are some that are gluten-free. Not specifically. I think I've had salads at restaurants and stuff with ancient grains in it, but I haven't specifically tried to buy some or whatever, that kind of thing. Simple is just better for me. This is how I feel every day: fatigue, thinning hair, and oh, Nancy, I'm sorry. It will get better, darling. Yeah, you said up here, we wondered about gluten. You often wonder about gluten. So, Nancy, try it. See if that makes you feel better. But again, keep in mind, it could be the processed food. Is there any natural over-the-counter thyroid medicine? No. Not that I know of. Over-the-counter, is that what you mean? No. Usually your thyroid medication, you have to get well, that's not exactly true. I have seen some. I used to belong to a bunch of Facebook groups with which I got a lot. That's how I knew about natural desiccated thyroid medication. If it wasn't for them, I would never even known about it. My doctor didn't offer it to me. He wanted to prescribe me. I mean, I knew something was wrong. He wanted to prescribe me antidepressants. And I'm not saying, for me, that was not the right choice. I knew there was something wrong. I knew there was something wrong. I don't know. I just knew something wasn't right. And I found out about the natural desiccated thyroid, and I asked him to prescribe that. And he's like, let me just give you antidepressant. I'm like, no, you're just fixing the symptoms, not the problem. I didn't tell him that because at that time I had no balls to do that. Now I do. I tell the doctors what I think. It was a process. Anyway, yeah, It wasn't, because as soon as if you are having depression and everything and anxiety and like that, and you have thyroid issues, it's because your hormone levels are not correctly. And there's a lot of doctors who only test what's called TSH. That's it. No, you need to test all of the hormones. What is it? Thyroid. TSH stands for thyroid. I don't know. I learned that a long time ago. I've forgot because of some of this stuff. So anyway, the point is, Rosalind, that in the Facebook groups, I did hear some people talk about stuff. Basically, I think it's snake oil. I wouldn't take it. It's stuff you can buy online for your thyroid, but I wouldn't do that. I personally wouldn't do that. If you think you have a thyroid issue, though, Rosalind, maybe talk to your doctor. Anyway, there also have seen people who have had thyroid, who had Hashimoto's. A lot of people with thyroid problems, Hashimoto's it's caused from their autoimmune disease. They have actually healed their thyroid through diet by eating plant-based, that kind of thing. So I do believe it can happen. I personally believe that can happen. It's too late for me. I don't have thyroid. It's not going to grow back. Although apparently that can happen. That's why they have to scan every year to make sure it's not growing back, and because then that would be possibly cancer growing back. Anyway, not a problem. So my friend from high school, still keep in touch, she had Graves' disease. That's kind of the opposite of Hashimoto's. So Hashimoto's is hypothyroid. Graves' disease is hyperthyroid. And she was super skinny and stuff like that. So they gave her radioactive iodine, which they did give me too, to make sure, because they can't take your whole thyroid out when you have thyroid cancer. It would be too close to the parathyroids, and that'd be dangerous. So they can't get every bit of it back out. So it could grow back. So hers started growing back because now she needs less thyroid medication since that happened. And anyway, the doctor said, I said, your thyroid can't grow back. She goes, yes, it can. I'm like, oh, didn't know that. Don't listen to doctors. So true. I know. I've been through 5 endocrinologists. The one I have listens to me for the most part. I'm not super happy with her, but for the most part, she's good. Yeah. Anyway, I've had some really terrible endocrinologists, and I just have to learn to speak up for myself and whatnot. Yeah. So, Nancy, you have hypothyroidism. Do you take thyroid medication? I know. I hate when doctors don't listen. They're stupid. Anyway, I think they're stupid. Anyhow, so basically, he didn't want to give my very first endocrinologist. He didn't want to give me Armour thyroid, because what I figured out in the end is because he didn't know how to prescribe it. Because when he prescribed it to me, he gave me the wrong dosage. So I was taking a certain amount of Synthroid, and he gave me the exact same amount of, which doesn't convert that way, the exact same amount of Armour thyroid. Well, I read up on it. You have to wean yourself onto it. You can't just start taking the same dosage you were taking of the Synthroid on Armour thyroid. You have to start taking it in small doses and lead up to it. If I had started because you still have Synthroid in your system, it takes a while to get out of your system. I think the Synthroid has a longer life than natural desiccated thyroid. So if I had took what he told me to take, I'm like, how stupid are you? I mean, I read up on it. I would have been bouncing off the walls. I would have had heart palpitations and everything like that. Anyway, I'm like, dude, why didn't you just say, I don't feel comfortable prescribing you Armour Thyroid. I don't know anyone. None of my patients take that. I don't feel comfortable prescribing that to you. I would have found another doctor, which I did anyway. Why didn't you just say that? Of course, you're not experienced with that. Of course, I don't want you to prescribe that to me. I want somebody that's experienced with me with that. So then I found a doctor. When I called for a new endocrinologist, I called somebody that every time I called him, I said, "Do you prescribe natural desiccated thyroid?" A lot of times it was no, and I finally found one that did. Yada yada yada, all that stuff. That's good, Ginger. I'm glad. I don't even have a general doctor practitioner because of that. I don't know. I haven't had no need to. Well, I suppose there is sometimes a need, but I have not gone to a regular doctor. If I have a problem, I'll talk to my endocrinologist. If she thinks I need to go into another doctor, then I'll do that. So far, I've not, in the 10 years, I've not gone to a general practitioner. You have to speak up for yourself. You have to say no. I don't want to do that. I don't think I'm depressed because I need it. Antidepressant. I think there's something wrong with my medicine. Blah blah blah. All that stuff. That's how I feel every day. Fatigue, thinning hair. Yeah, thinning hair. Unfortunately, yeah, that's a different problem, Nancy. Lymphedema. I've heard about that. I'm sorry, darling. You know, vibration therapy, I read this too because I follow somebody on YouTube that there's two different ones. They're similar. Lymphedema and lipedema or something like that. She has one of those. And when I was researching the massager ball that I have, I gotta go soon. I've been talking way too long. I should probably make me some dinner. Anyway, I'll go soon. So when I was researching the massager ball that I show you in all my videos, are you tired of seeing that? Because massage vibration therapy helps with fibromyalgia, inflammation, yada yada. I read that helps with lymphedema. So do some research. Make sure there's two different ones. It might help both. Nancy, see if vibration therapy helps you. So anyway, this person that I watch on YouTube, she bought a plate, the vibration plate, after I mentioned it to her. She didn't like it, I guess. So I don't know whether it worked for her or not. Obviously, she didn't really like it. But the massage ball thingy, that works really good. Look up vibration therapy for lymphedema and see if that will work for you. It might help. I see my GP every year with the list of things to check out through the year. I know I should do that, but I haven't done that because I don't know. I get blood work twice a year from my endocrinologist. I figure if there's any problem there, then she'll take care of it and send me to another doctor if I need to. I haven't really needed to go to another doctor. Anyway, is there anything else you guys want to talk about? I have any more question? My thyroid has a cyst. My thyroid is telling SIPs that has a cyst on it. Really, Rosalind? Have they done a biopsy on that, though? A cyst or a nodule? Are they the same thing? You might want to get that checked out. Yeah. Dorothy, thank you, Mimi. Good night. Good night, Dorothy. I don't even know what time it is. It's the middle of the night for you. You're in Greece, right? Yes, Dorothy is in Greece. All the way from Greece. My book. The vibration therapy, the massage rod helps mobility for sure. It helps me. Look into that. Maybe that might help you. I don't think it would hurt for you to do. How do you keep veggies to last long in the fridge? We eat them. They don't last long in our fridge. Have you seen my fridge? The whole bottom drawer is full of veggies. We eat lots of veggies in this house. They do spoil sometimes, but the last couple of weeks they don't. We just been munching on them. Hubby, or son rather, he loves vegetables. He'll just go in a cucumber and just chomp on it. I don't know. I put tons of vegetables. You know, raw is better. If you can eat raw vegetables, that is better. Oh, so how to make them last longer though? I do put them, if I cut them up, I will put a paper towel in a mason jar and then put the cut up veggies in the mason jar and with a top on it, obviously, they last longer with that. That's how I think you need glass containers, not plastic, and then they will last longer in the refrigerator for you with that. So now I forget what else that I was going to say. Yeah. We eat. Oh, so I cook with lots of veggies. So when I make something even like an already made thing, you know, like my egg scramble, I do make that on the weekends. I do mushrooms and onions and peppers and tomatoes and tons of them. We go through mushrooms like crazy around here. So then I'm having to use less eggs. There's, you know, bulk up your food with all that stuff. When I make rice, I don't just open a package of rice. Raise your hand in the comments below. Do you make regular rice? I feel like nobody makes that anymore. I don't make it anymore. Prepackaged, how lazy am I? Do the prepackaged rice where it's already cooked and you just open it. Anyway, if I do that, or any other kind of rice, I fry up some onions and mushrooms, green peppers, all that kind of stuff, and plus it stretches the rice, and I add that to every meal. Onions, green peppers, and mushrooms is a staple in this house, but I am liking the little peppers now. I bought a bag of those little sweet peppers. First of all, when you cut them, there's no insides in them. You know, you don't have to clean all the insides out of it. And anyway, I've been really liking like that. I do that with a rice cooker. With the you cook your rice with a rice cooker? I suppose I could do that with my Instapot. I was thinking about getting rid of my Instapot. It's not really an Instapot, it's a off-brand. Anyway, I don't never use that thing. I just rather use the stove. But I've been lazy and buying the already prepackaged rice. Jasmine rice and basmati. I can't even say it. You know that word. It's on the tip of my tongue. Can't think it. Hubby makes rice in bulk. I don't. I heard that rice is not good for you after the next day, or maybe 3 days. You should not have it in your refrigerator more than 3 days, and you should eat it. I don't know. And then here's the newest thing: brown rice is not good for you. All those years they say, eat brown rice instead of white rice. It's better for you. Well, apparently I don't know what that is, but like brown rice kind of has like a coating shell like on the outside of it, and then I don't even know what you call it. So apparently that has high concentrates of, what is it called? Arsenic and stuff like that. It absorbs all the bad stuff in the ground, and then so they're saying go eat white rice now. Yeah. And I've been making rice with, hubby really likes this. It's like Mexican rice. I'll take rice and I'll add corn and beans and onions, green peppers and mushrooms and some cumin and some you know, stuff you make tacos with, not taco seasoning. What's the other one? Red pepper, something. what's it? Cumin and I don't know, like taco seasoning, and put it in there and like fry it up so that the corn is like crispy. Loves that. That's really good. I always add extra vegetables to everything. We eat a ton of vegetables. There are times where we don't, but here lately we've been doing definitely a lot. Actually, probably since Son has been here. He likes vegetables. Like right tonight, I cooked it myself. Chili powder, yes, thank you. That's what I was. That's it. That's what I was thinking. Chili powder. Yeah, I have chili powder in my spice cabinet, and it says taco seasoning on it, but it's really chili powder because I think I didn't have a label that said chili powder, or I couldn't think of what it was, so I just put taco seasoning on because I do use it for tacos. I don't buy taco seasoning. I put chili powder and cumin in my hamburger meat for tacos. And of course for salt and pepper, because there's crap in the taco seasoning packets that you buy. You just need chili powder and cumin. That's it. All right, guys. What time is it? 8:30. An hour and a half. All right. I think I'm done. That's it. So I'm gonna do this again next week. I don't know what was wrong. I guess I scheduled it on my phone rather than the computer. Maybe I'll just do it this way next week. And if you have any questions for me, let me know ahead of time so we can talk about them. What is the one thing that you're going to work on this week? I mean, there's many things I'm going to work on, but let me think about the one thing that I want to work on this week. Get my house clean. Drink more water. All right, 2 things. What is the one thing that you're going to definitely work on doing better that you didn't do so great maybe this past week? What are you going to do? Water. I did better than I have done in the past, but why do I always struggle with the water? And my house still needs to get in order. It's getting there. It's getting better. I really can't. That everything feels like it's going good now. Oh, and one more thing. I want to say this, and I've said it before. I've said it every time I do Self-Care September or start a walk, a 30-day challenge. What do I say, guys? Do you know what I say? Once I start an exercise program, everything else seems to come together. And that's what's happening. Of course, a lot of other factors are in it because now hubby's retired and all that stress is gone and everything like that. It was just time. But I swear, every time I start exercising, my house starts to be cleaner. My head is clearer. Everything starts to come together. Meal plan. I don't do that anymore. I really don't. Honestly, so Luann says she's going to meal plan this week. I don't seem to need to meal plan. I always feel like I need to. But honestly, I'm like, all right, what do I have left in the refrigerator and meat in the freezer that I can make something with? This is how my mother did it. She did not do recipes. She just like, oh, well, I need to use up this hamburger. What can I make with that? And then you just grab, oh, the mushrooms are going bad. Let's use that in tonight's dinner. Yada, yada. That is what I do. And I enjoy, at the end of the week, using up a little bit of stuff that's left to make something so it doesn't spoil and go to waste. I really do that. You know who does that? Hillary from Old World Home. I love the way she cooks. She does kind of the same kind of thing. She does that. I love that. That's why I love to see your pants cooking. Yeah. I haven't done it in a while. I have done meal planning, but not specific. I go off by the meat that I have in my freezer and I'll list that down and possible meals. It's not an exact. It's just a list of possible meals for the week And usually it doesn't go in that order. I'll put, baked chicken for dinner on Monday, but we end up having it on Thursday because, we're not in the mood or something like that. So that's how that goes. But Son and I have not been eating as many meals for dinner, so it's mostly hubby. So whatever I make, then the leftovers is for the next day for hubby because we have not been eating dinner every night. Some. I have more than he has. I cannot do the meal replacement all the time. So my mom called Smuglo and she cleaned out the fridge. Really? Gillian? I never heard that before. That's definitely my dad would do that. He would make eggs on the weekend and he put everything but the kitchen sink in the eggs. It was good. He totally cleaned out the refrigerator every weekend and made eggs on the weekend. You do the same thing, Luann? Yeah, I'm feeling like the whole cooking thing. So the meal replacement thing has really been helping there because I haven't been feeling like cooking. I had enough cooking. Just been cooking like crazy since Son's been here because I'm a mama and I spoil him. Mommy, can you make me some grilled cheese? And I'll make him a grilled cheese sandwich. So I usually, before Son moved in, only dinner. Other weeks, you're yo-yo. You know what yo-yo is? You're on your own. And if there's a lot of leftovers in the refrigerator, I say, it's yo-yo night, guys. You figure out something to eat. Anyway, but I spoil him since he's been here and was cooking. So it's nice to have a little bit of a break now. I don't feel like, and again, I said, I like not having to think about what I'm going to eat. So the meal replacement is helping with that. As far as helping me lose weight, I don't know. The 6 pounds that I lost, really, literally, it's. I know that's gluten. I don't really, honestly, I don't eat that much. It's been like 2 years now. My portions have been smaller. And that was happening to my mom too, I noticed. I don't know if it was when she was my age. It was later on. She barely ate anything. Duke's mixture, when we ate up the leftovers. Yep. We call that corn. Clean out the refrigerator night. Oh, yeah. I heard the yo-yo thing not that long ago, and I just started saying it. List of possible meals based on the foods we have on hand. Yep, Ginger, yep, that's exactly what I do. All right, guys, I gotta go. I did tell hubby that you need to do yo-yo tonight. He said he would figure out something, but let me go check on him. I'm tired. I need to get up and move around because my legs are falling asleep. Not really, but I need to get up and move around. And thanks for hanging out with me. Do you want to do this again next week? Let me know in the comments. Raise your hand. Do you want me to do this next week too? Would Sunday work better than Saturday? I don't know. You pay attention how many people are on here. I have no clue how many people are here. And then once this is done, I don't even know how to end it and edit it or whatever. Like, I'm clueless. I have not done this in a really long time. But yes, you want to do this next week. Okay. Thanks for hanging out with me. I have got to go and have a good week. I'll be on Instagram posting what I'm doing for the week daily on my stories. So if you want to follow me, my Everyday Wave Life on Instagram, maybe I'll do some check-ins on the community page. I have been doing that a little bit, but not too many people are engaging in that. So any day is fine. Saturday or Sunday. We'll see. Yeah, probably Saturday. Or probably do that. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna go. I'm actually getting tired. I did not take my nap today because the littles were over here for 3.5 hours. Yeah, so they love the pool. Anyway, all right. Kiss, kiss, hug, hug. Love ya. Thanks for hanging out with me. Until next time, guys. enjoy your Sunday. Enjoy your week.